Welcome back. My name is Jeffrey Davis, and this is Radio Entrepreneurs. And we're always featuring the success of entrepreneurship. Next guest, very interesting gentleman, Tony Cavallaro of Jacka Architects. Welcome, Tony.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks for having me back again.
Great. Thank you. Before we start, why don't you just tell our listeners again what Jacka is all about, what you do?
Well, Jacka Architects is an architectural firm that specializes in medical healthcare design and throughout New England. And our specialties are hospitals and medical centers. And what we've been doing is we've been doing this for about 27 years now. We have a firm located in the just south of Boston in the North Quincy area. And it's pretty exciting work for us. What we're finding in the industry today is that for the last 4 or 5 years, construction pricing has been relatively flat. So when you plan a project, which most of our clients do, they plan projects 18 months, 24 months in advance to go through the business plan. It's pretty extensive when you're looking at it to start a project. Go through the business plan, you look at your caseloads, you look at your projected patient loads, and then you analyze your numbers. Work off your reimbursements, work off of what it's going to cost to do the project, and you put your business plan together. What's happened is a lot of the business plans that have been put together, we're finding now with the cost of construction increasing that business plans need to be reworked. And why is the cost of construction increasing? Well, for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been pretty flat. Construction's been pretty flat. Right now, there's a lot of work in the industry. You see a lot of tower cranes up in the Boston area. That means there's a lot of construction people working. In addition to that, there's an inflation rate going on with all of the materials that you buy to build a building.
Right.
So, with this change in construction costing, it's creating a little bit of a situation where you have to go back and you have to re-look at your business plan. You have to look at your case studies again, and you're going to have to do another analysis to make sure that the project with the new costing is going to work. One of the things we've been able to do is help our clients, because we're in tune to what this costing is. We stay in touch with it quite a bit. And in many cases, we'll tell them, we tell them right up front, right out of the gate, that what you're projecting for your cost is not going to be sustainable during the course of the project, and you're going to have to relook at this.
Is that unique? Do you think all architectural firms are being that honest with their prospective clients, or is it a sort of a we quote as we think it will be, and then as they're into the project, it's easier to revise quotes because sort of healthcare institutions are sort of stuck with the architect at that point in time?
I think what happens is a lot of people will say we need, when you're looking at a project, you always want to do the project. You want to be the architect for the project.
Right, you want to win it.
You want to win that project. We look at it as wanting to win the project, but we're not the type of firm that wants to win it so bad that we're not going to be upfront with folks and not be honest right from the beginning and say that this is not something that can be accomplished. And we just had a situation where a client called us and asked us to look at a project that was budgeted maybe about 18 months ago. And we started looking at it, and they told us what their budget was. We went back, we looked at the project again, and approached them and said, you're really off quite a bit on your number. And we were able to get some information to support what we were saying, and it was interesting. The client turned to us and said, we were waiting for somebody to tell us this information, and you're the first person to come back and say this to us. So it was to our benefit. They were quite happy with what we had to say, and not happy with the price increasing, obviously, but happy that they had the knowledge to go into their people and say, if we're going to do this project, then we're going to need to make some adjustments.